Welcome to the Real Estate Real Success Spotlight series. Today, I'm thrilled to feature Dan and Alex, the real estate team from Century 21 BJ Roth Realty in Barrie, Ontario. We have one Dan, two Alexes with us here today. This powerhouse team has consistently ranked among Century 21 Canada's top performers. They've earned the prestigious Grand CENTURION Award for the past 4 years, and they currently stand at number 12 team by units and number 17 by production nationwide. We wanted to chat with them to find out about their journey and their insights on building a long-term successful business in real estate. Dan, Alex, and Alex, thank you for joining us.
Of course, thank you. And you're really good at that intro.
Thank you. How long have you had your real estate license, and how long have you been with Century 21?
So we got our license 6 years ago now, just past 6 years, and we've been with C21 since the beginning.
I remember when you guys first joined, it feels like it was not 6 years ago, but I guess it's the lost COVID years. What made you want to become real estate agents?
So I guess where it all started is growing up, my family custom home builders, and then also commercial land development. And then I went to school for architecture, so I liked that whole aspect, and I drew floor plans when I was really young. So then after school, I'm like, you know what, I'm just too social. I like talking to people. I love people. So that's where I started a sales job, and then I started working for a really large builder, and the rest is history. That's yeah.
I mean,
yeah. That's my story. That's all.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, my story is, well, maybe not as detailed as Alex's, but Alex and I did work in sales prior to getting into real estate, and I tried to follow Alex's journey when he did work for the developer. I thought that was an exciting time for me to basically join Alex and venture into that real estate journey. And then when we worked for the developer, we quickly realized that if we're successful here, why can't we try this on our own? And that's basically how the business started.
You guys have been very successful from the moment you got into the business. I remember talking to your broker about you guys when you like 6 months in, and you were already rocking it. How do you think you started so strong? Was it the relationships you'd already built?
So yeah, I mean, again, so we did have a head start by working with a developer, some land development, and how in the housing industry previous to getting our license, and we established so many genuine relationships with our clients. I come from the Barrie area, so I've been here pretty much my entire life. Alex is very, very social wherever he goes, so we did have a lot of relationships out there that kind of just needed nurturing. And I think where we really outshined, where Alex came up with a strong idea once we got our license to basically blast our faces, because everyone seems to know who we are when they see us, and maybe that relationship will spark again, or that interest will spark once they see our faces, and they remember how good those I guess conversations were through our previous clients, acquaintances, and so on. And so that's what we did. We basically decided to, and when I say plaster our faces all throughout neighborhoods where people would recognize us. And again, I think that spoke volume of those relationships again, and the rapport that we had, and people start picking up the phone and calling us.
Super. Now, what made you choose Century 21?
So why Century 21? So when Dan and I were, I guess, looking at all her options in the Barrie market, 3 of the dominant ones being Century 21, Royal LePage, and also Remax, we interviewed all 3. And at the end of the day, it came down to definitely the whole recruitment. At the time, the people representing Century 21 represented the brand really well. And it continues till this day, and that's why we're happy being with them. But then also it's just like that little bit of help with at being a new agent. Doesn't matter what age of step of life you're in, what age you are. It's nice that they had the in-house marketing right there, because when you first start, you don't want to go running like a chicken with your head cut off trying to find where to get this done, where to get this done. It was kind of like an easy solution. And when we saw that easy solution with nice people and a big brand, it was kind of an easy decision for us.
Well, we're very happy to have you. I have a question for the other Alex now. How did you get involved with these 2 guys?
So I joined Century 21 as a solo agent for very similar reasons, like really great training to start off. And the trainer at the time actually talked a lot about Dan and Alex and how successful they were. And then at one point, actually, Alex approached me and asked me to join the team, but I had said no.
She's too good.
And then a few months later, I ended up reaching back out to them and asking to join, and they let me come on.
Awesome. So how do you guys divide up the different work that you do? How does your team work?
Oh boy, how do we answer that? Okay, so maybe we'll take a step back. I mean, when Alex and I got into this, I mean, it was basically just two of us working away. We had a goal in mind that we had to sell a certain amount of homes in order to, I guess, not be happy, but pay the bills. And then the organic growth behind the business allowed us to bring on Lex on board, we refer to her Lex so we don't confuse the Alex. So we brought Lex on board to basically help fulfill the client's needs at that point, because Alex and I were already getting really, really busy. Maybe not overwhelmed, but getting to a point that we just simply needed the help. So with that organic growth, the roles actually changed along the way as well. So besides Alex and I, because we're still so involved with every single one of our clients, we love what we do. I don't really want to step away from selling real estate and just managing a team. So this is where Lex comes on board, more of like a behind the scenes of an operations manager for the team. Does a little bit of our marketing, hiring, a little bit of everything. But on top of that, she's still a full-time agent, just like Alex and I are.
Cool. What do you hope to do? What are your goals for your team?
Ooh, you know what? From day one, we definitely want to be one of the dominant players here in the Barrie market. And of course, here in the Barrie market, they're probably the two biggest teams Canada-wide. So we definitely have a very competitive game we're playing, but we truly believe we're doing an exceptional job reaching those targets and staying competitive with it. But I guess our goal is, we want to continually, like every year we keep adding on an agent or two. We don't want to grow too fast because we want to ensure that our agents are happy. We don't want a revolving door of people coming in and out. When we see people with the same values as us, we just want to retain them and hold on to them the best we can.
In reference to like agents, but also the clients, right? Like the idea behind it is to have that quality of that agent that's coming board with us. We want to make sure that Alex and I have the time to train them from every single step of the way. I want to make sure that our phones are always readily available, so that client is getting the exact same service from when we work with them versus our agents. Basically, I want our agent to be like one of us and treat them the exact same way. But yeah.
What tools do you use to build your business and to maintain it? The ones that Century 21 provides, and even if there's something else that's awesome, those are your tools?
Let's go ahead.
No, I just want to start with a joke going into the real thing. But okay, so when Dan and I first started, it was just the two of us, and then we set a goal and we hit that goal fairly quick. And as we started moving along, we were like, okay, we need an assistant. And I make a joke saying we have something better than a Siri. We have Amy. She is our assistant, and it's organization. And it's just literally making sure everything's seamless, makes it easy for the agents to go on board when you have an Amy on your team. So I think it's a valuable asset when you're trying to grow a team to have that admin support that's on top of everything. So I think that's like the base of growing a strong team. But then of course, when it comes to other things we're using.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't say enough about Amy, but I guess to add on to that for other agents of what has been working for us successfully, I mean, we're very blessed to have a pretty large database of clients that everyone says in real estate, work your sphere. I think this is where Alex and I kind of fall back a little bit because the sphere got so large that I can't just pick up the phone and call everybody or text everybody every single week. So this is where CRM comes into play. This is where we're, weekly or monthly newsletter, e-letter gets sent out to our database for clients to follow up, and the certain ones will actually reply back and they'll stay engaged with us. So that way we always come up top of mind. Our website, our website over the years has changed probably 4 times.
Yeah.
So we used to look at a website as more or less just something that made you look a little bit more reputable, but we're now, over the last 12 months, we realized that no, our website is actually a
representation of us.
that, but also, what was the word I'm looking for? It's basically a machine to
Generate leads.
Yeah,
Tool
thank
itself.
you, thank you. It is a tool itself now, but it took years of realizing that a website can be something to generate leads. I mean, what else can we add to that that helps us on a daily?
Google reviews.
Thank you. Actually, that would be a big one.
Yeah.
So the power of Google reviews has, wow, I mean, every real listing appointment that we go to nowadays, I feel like our clients are far more educated than they were even 6 years ago when we started. When we go into a listing appointment and start talking about our Google reviews as a team, because we're super proud of them, because we have a 5-star rating, that client will cut me off and usually say, I've already read your reviews. I already did all the homework on you. So I think those will be the key kind of operations or systems and processes that help us out along the way.
Great. What about your involvement in the Barrie community? What do you do to, obviously you're not building your, it's an added benefit that your business gets built that way, but how do you contribute to the local community in Barrie?
So I'll let Lex take the lead on this one, because as Dan and I, yes, we're go with clients and keeping tabs on all our agents, what we're doing. Lex is definitely taking the initiative with trying to reach out to see where we can help out and participate.
Yeah. So every year we do a food drive around Christmas for the Barrie Food Bank. We also participated in a market for RVH this year, and want to continue to do stuff like that charity-wise. And then we are doing the Christmas parade every year as well. This was our first year, but we plan to do it every year now. And then we do some events as well, just to stay current. We're doing the Home and Garden Show this year, and we want to add on a couple more. So it's something in the last year that we've really tried to make more of a focus towards.
And I think it's a huge asset for our team, because like-minded people, being very social, you need to get your faces out there and talk to people. Because okay, some people may look at us as a team and all dressed in suits or whatever on our pictures, but in person, it's just like we're heartwarming people. We want to get to know you, and just I'd say a lot of our clients want to be friends with us. We want to be friends with them.
Yeah.
So it's just that connection with the public and the community.
Right. How's the year started? We're just over 2 months in now. How has it been? Because we keep hearing the market in Ontario's a bit iffy.
So, I mean, I don't mind sharing that because I'm more of a numbers guy. So we started off to a really hot start. I can't deny, like January, what, 2nd or 3rd, back in the office.
Ooh.
Everyone's selling, houses are moving. I can truly, we sense that buyers' confidence returning because of the continuous interest rate drops, right? So everything was moving very, very well. But then fast forward to maybe end of January, where presidential election takeover happened, and I feel like that's where the tariff talk really slowed things down for us in Ontario, especially. I mean, there's enough clients that that basically decided to put their decision on moving or purchasing an investment or renovating on hold, and yeah, we do feel that at the moment. We truly have.
Interesting. Did you expect the U.S. economy and the U.S. political situation to affect your business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've heard it. I have some clients that will say, oh, aren't you concerned about the Trump tariffs? And then of course, some people are saying, oh, this is just a scare tactic or whatever. But now that it's actually gone into effect today, I don't know what type of phone calls I'm expecting today and this week, right? So you just gotta.
I think it's the uncertainty right now. There's too many questions, too much negativity in the news, and we've seen this in real estate market time over time. Positive news will create confidence in buyers and in reverse, right? And right now, I feel like a lot of people are the ones that don't necessarily have to move. They're probably gonna wait it out, let the dust settle, and go from there. And we had those conversations for the last 30 days with our clients, and I feel like starting today will be an ongoing.
What advice do you have for new realtors?
So I guess when it comes to new realtors, I could divide it by, about by age or whatnot. Like if you have a mature individual opposed to a young individual, when it comes to a young individual, and let's just say they haven't bought their first home and they've been living at home and they just got out of school, there's still a lot to learn. So it's very important, I think, for a new individual that's starting real estate to really join a brokerage that can give them that guidance and possibly get a mentor to help them out, and because there's so many questions. You, like every job, every industry, you never stop learning. The day that you say I know everything, well, that's not true. Like, it's no, you're always going to learn. So I feel like for new young agents, it's crucial to do that. In regards to mature agents that have been through the motions, they've sold their house, they've done investments before. Of course, they're a little more well seasoned, so they're prepared to answer more questions, which builds a little bit more confidence in sellers and buyers. I think those individuals, yes, if they just partner with a good brokerage and then marketing behind it, like Century 21, to help out with their marketing, I think that it's just two different answers for the two different age categories.
Yeah, there's a few other things that I want to share more of, like a experience for Alex and I. Because again, when we switched over and we got our license when we became licensed agents, I didn't really know what to expect. You always heard of like creating your own hours, work whatever you need to work, but I felt like that really wasn't who we were. So I feel for new agents, what I think that really helps out and works out is treating this like a 9-to-5 job, making sure that you're in that office, surround yourself with people that have been doing this for a very long time, listen to their conversation, ask for help, use a mentorship if you possibly can, like Alice was saying, but making sure that you're creating more like a sense of urgency, like treating it like a regular 9-to-5 job. And then if you get busy to a point that, yes, of course, you have to work opposite hours of evenings and weekends, that's when the success starts really to happen. So I feel like that's what worked really well for us. We came to that office every single day, even if there was not much to do, just to surround ourselves with that environment. The other thing that worked really well for us as brand new agents, open houses. So I'd highly encourage any new agents, if you don't have your own listing, pick up the listing within, or pick up an open house within your own brokerage, ask for that open house and stay consistent with it. Don't treat it as just, you're not there to just open a door. Create a genuine connection with people, educate them on the neighborhood, on the market itself. And I think that relationship and what you're trying to build there will succeed. And I don't know, sometimes it can be a numbers game, but stay consistent. I think that's the key too.
As much as you're trying to sell the house, you have to sell yourself. Because they want to work with someone they like. Okay, a house, yeah, they could like that one, but there's other ones out there. But of course, if you create that genuine connection, and they're going to use you to buy. So yeah, open houses have been a big thing, and we always say that for new agents.
Just to leave you with one last thing, when it comes to starting up and how important open houses were as far as stats. In the first year, Alex and I did 4 open houses every single weekend consistently. So I would do 4, Alex would do 4 every single weekend. And in our first year, I believe we converted 17 clients from open houses.
Yeah.
Wow, you're doing them right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can add, personally, I think the best thing that someone can do coming into the industry is to join a team. I did the solo agent and then I joined a team, and you just don't know what you don't know. So joining a team, you gain so much experience, even just from listening. I would sit and I would listen to Dan and Alex talk to clients, do negotiations with other agents, and it was so helpful.
Good to know. Great advice. Last question. How has Century 21 and the branding impacted your business? What is being part of a brand? Why is that important to you?
So when we first started, as Dan mentioned before, we wanted to be a Century 21 because it was a big player in town, and internationally it's known worldwide. So then when Dan and I first started, it was a prime focus to get Dan and Alex out there to capture all of our previous clients. So we're doing open houses. Yes, I guess our faces on the signs are bigger than most, but it definitely worked to exactly what we wanted. And then moving forward, it was always about like Century 21 being small and then the big Dan and Alex. But if you take a look at our office, our billboards now and whatnot, I'd say it's like 50-50. Because, okay, great, it's a reputable brand, and then it's a reputable name in town, and the two of them together, it works, right?
It builds confidence.
Yeah.
Right. What is your slogan?
So if you do what's right for others, success will follow. So there's a bit more to the story, and I can really get into like a longer one, but to make short of it, I find like a lot of people get into real estate for the wrong reasons. They feel like it's short hours. I make my own hours. It's big commission checks. I don't have to sell that many houses to be happy. And I think that's all backwards. Once you get into the industry, you'll learn very quickly that you're working more hours than ever. It's very tough to get the next deal or the next client. So what's worked really well for Alex and I was never about the numbers. It was never about how much money can we earn, how fast can we scale or grow. It was always about doing what's right for others. And we feel like if you have that as your main focus, that success and the numbers and the money that you're trying to earn or the growth just comes so organically that you never have to think about it. Alex, anything else?
No, I honestly feel that, yeah, a lot of agents will say that I'm in it for the clients, and that very much can be true, but that's where Dan and I with our team, we say, guys, it is clients first. And if, like our slogan, if you do what's right for others, success will follow, because you know what? Once we actually sign on with somebody, they become our client. Okay, we say it in the beginning, but it's that communication and it's the follow through the whole process. And that's what's held us to, like, touch wood, the amount of deals like that we've closed with clients, or they take it off the market and they come back to us. It never really goes to another agent, because it's communication. People want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Every industry that you're in, if you're a contractor, if you're whatever, you just want to hear from the person. You want to know what's going on, right? So that's what's so crucial and important with becoming a successful realtor.
Thank you very much, all of you. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We're glad to have you as part of us.